What are you going to be making today, Baba?
Bengali Egg Curry. So I got a dozen boiled eggs that you helped me peel. One obviously wasn't peeled very well, but that's okay. And then we have here a bunch of garlic. This is a good sized garlic, about 6 or 7 of them. Three green chilies. That's gonna be fairly spicy. And I didn't have a large onion, so I did a medium and a small onion. I'm going to be blending the onion, chili, and garlic in the blender. And then I'm going to cook it with some spices, add tomato, and then add the eggs. It's as simple as that. Okay, so before I blend it, this is all dry stuff, Aparna. So it's going to need some liquid.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm just going ahead and adding the liquid from the can of diced tomatoes that I'm going to put in there. So instead of wasting this liquid or adding water and diluting the dish, I'm going to go ahead and put the water from the tomato in there. Okay, and it's ready to blend. Let me go ahead and blend this up. It's going to need a little bit of help.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you doing now, Berna?
I'm going to cut slits in the egg.
Okay, and what do the slits do?
They make it so
So it's yummier because the curry, the juice goes
Oh,
into the eggs a little bit more, right?
Mhm.
All right, show me how you do one. Yeah, one
and I
slit.
don't cut it too deep.
You don't cut it too deep, but you just put a little slit in there. Okay. And 3 or 4 on one egg is good, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I have about 1.5 tablespoons of oil that's heating up in the pan. When the oil starts to move, you know that the oil's getting heated up. And I'm going to add some dry cumin seeds to it. That's about, I don't know, a teaspoon. The oil's not hot enough, otherwise the cumin seed would have sizzled. So I'm going to wait another half a minute before I put more cumin seeds. Alright, so I've dropped the rest of the cumin seeds in. Can you hear the sound?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're sizzling now. And I'm going to add the spices. Now, this is not how I normally cook, but because the onion mix is already ready, I'm going to put the spices in first in the oil. So that's about a teaspoon each of cumin and coriander. And I'm sorry, cumin and turmeric. And I'm also putting coriander about the same amount. And you could put red chilies at this point, but I've already put green chilies in the blend. Once this toasts up, the spices toast up for a minute, I'm going to drop the blend in. Can you actually smell it at this point?
Yeah, it smells yummy.
Yep, okay. So the spices need to cook like this for maybe 30 seconds. That's it. Then the spices are cooked. I'm going to add the onions at this point. All right? Okay. So I just added the onion mix to the hot pan. I'm going to go ahead and put the heat down a little bit. It's already beginning to smell good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to add a little bit of salt at this point and let this cook for about 4 or 5 minutes before I add the tomatoes in. Okay. So the onions are in. The onions, garlic, and green chilies are in that I had blended with a little bit of tomato juice, and they're cooking with the spices that I had fried in the oil. Now I'm going to add a little bit of garam masala. I have actually a blend that I bought already, but my mom actually makes a better garam masala. I just don't have hers right now. And that was about half a teaspoon. So I never let it do this. I kind of always break the surface. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That way it doesn't, it's not bubbling all over the place. If you break the surface of it and let the heat escape a little bit. while you're toasting and cooking the onions in the heat as well. And now, can you see the difference in color? It was reddish, and now because of the cumin and coriander and the garam masala, it has taken a brownish color. Plus, it's cooking a little bit now too. So, and we had added about a teaspoon and a quarter of salt in the mix, right? So, in a minute or so, we're gonna add the tomatoes. Can you actually see the water escaping?
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and then we've added some green chilies in here, whole ones, so they're not gonna get cooked. They're just gonna get soft by the time the dish is done. Just in case I want to put some on my plate, just to add a little extra heat. Okay, and it is time to add the tomatoes at this point too. So you can keep the video going while I add the tomatoes. Can you smell it?
Yeah, smells really good.
There you go. And once I mix it up, I'm gonna cook the tomatoes in there with it at medium heat, and then once it's all blended together, I'll cover up the tomatoes so that they cook for a little bit before I add the eggs in. What you doing, babes?
I'm mixing the curry up.
Yeah, the onion mix with the tomatoes.
Yeah.
Looks like it's come to heat, so maybe in about a minute we'll cover it all up and let the tomatoes cook, and it all get blended. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, thank you. All right, I just covered it up, and as you saw before, Aparna, it was on medium. I've turned it to low, and I'm gonna cook this for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes and check how, if the tomatoes are tender at that point, I'm gonna add the eggs in. All right, I took the lid off, and looks like the tomatoes are cooking, but they're not there yet. But this would be a good time to taste the salt. And if the salt's, if I need to add a little more salt, I can do that now, and I can go ahead and add the eggs too. The salt tastes good actually. Might need a little bit of sugar to add sweetness, but I can add that later. So in go the eggs, and once the eggs are all nicely coated, well, actually I'm going to add a little bit of water to this to make a nice curry of it. You can see it's very thick, right?
Yep.
But once the eggs are coated and actually swimming in the curry a little bit, I'll cover this and let it cook for a few minutes so that the eggs can get the flavor of the curry. Okay, the eggs are coated, but there isn't enough water, so I'm adding about 3/4 of a cup, maybe close to a cup of water. And once this comes to boil, then I'm going to cover this again and let the eggs, well, the eggs are already cooked. I was going to say let the eggs cook, but the eggs are already cooked. They'll just absorb a little bit of the curry. All right. The eggs have been cooking in the curry for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. And can you see the slits now? And they're dark because the curry's into. You know what? We may have missed one.
No, we didn't.
No, oh yeah, we didn't. It probably just. Oh no, wait. Yeah, because it has. It does have slits. Okay. And now we're going to add some ground cinnamon to the dish. Oh, sorry. Did I say cinnamon? I meant to say cardamom to the dish. So I'm going to take about 5 or 6 cardamom, blend it in my coffee blender, and put it in. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, 6 or 7 cardamom pods, and I'm gonna put them in my coffee grinder and blend them up or grind them up. And that will separate the husks too. So I'm just going to filter them through a coffee sieve. I'm sorry, coffee sieve, a sieve, and put the ground cinnamon. I continue to say cinnamon, right?
Yes.
Cardamom. The ground cardamom into the curry, and then we're done. So now you can see the ground cardamom, and the husks are separated. So I'm just going to put it through a sieve. Can you see it dropping to the curry? And the husks are still here. And all I have to do is mix this in to give the curry an extra oomph of flavor. And then we're done. All right, there you go, Matt. The egg curry and rice are ready. Final segment of the video, the taste test. Did you get a close up? Okay. And I'm going to mix up some of the curry with the steamed rice and have Aparna try it. All right.
Very good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, there you go then. Bengali style egg curry.